Hello, I'm Emma and I'm from Scotland. I've recently graduated from the University of Dundee, and it was during my final year that I participated in Scholars at Risk Student Advocacy seminar module. I think what drew me to advocacy work is that I found it a very exciting opportunity to combine my creativity and interest and passion of global affairs. I was also very intrigued about being able to help somebody on an individual level, as well as raise awareness of very important human rights violations. To educate ourselves on Dr. Sababa's case, me and my advocacy group carried out extensive internet research. From there, we set up a meeting with people who work for Scholars at Risk who were already experts on the case, presenting them with questions we had. We also did some research on cases similar to Dr. Sababa's to fully understand the extent of which academic suppression has consequences for wider human rights violations. It was evident early on that the denial of Dr. Sababa's freedom of speech and his suppression has consequences for others. For example, Dr. Sababa speaks up on behalf of Indigenous peoples, and by his voice being shut down, essentially further suppresses these people who already lack freedom of speech in their country. We also realised that Dr. Sababa's case is linked to wider human rights issues. Like so many things this year, our advocacy campaign activities had to be cancelled due to the coronavirus pandemic. We had the decision to try and adapt to this new situation or halt the campaign completely. When the coronavirus pandemic outbroke, we were all made to isolate, and this got me thinking about Dr. Sababa, who has to isolate 24/7. We know from studying advocacy theory that people are more likely to engage in issues when they can relate to it on some personal level. I thought it would be an interesting idea to do a podcast discussing our experience of isolation and try and appreciate and understand how Dr. Sababa must feel. The podcast would also be an exciting opportunity to dive into deeper issues that were linked with our campaign, such as governance issues, environmental issues, and human rights issues. I would say that there's two main advantages as doing a podcast as part of your advocacy campaign activities. First, compared to social media campaigns, which usually only allow for snippets of information to be seen, a podcast enables you to comprehensively discuss issues and fully dive into them. Second, it's a great platform for idea sharing and debate, which further brings the case to life and gets people thinking about things in a much deeper and insightful way. The advice I would give for anybody starting out in advocacy work is to understand the significance of your case at an individual level and appreciate that you may be advocating for somebody at an individual level. However, seek to understand how the case may be linked to wider human rights violations. I would also say that you must see creativity as your best friend. You must creatively capture people's attention for them to engage and participate in your campaign. I would also say that you must see it as a great opportunity for collaborative working. It is great fun to develop and carry out an advocacy campaign with friends or classmates. Finally, I would say that don't have too high expectations. Any impact is significant, and any impact means the world to people you are advocating for, and this is what advocacy is all about.